Okay, who can recognize this? This is a Name That tune. Whoa, who said that? Paperback Writer, exactly. When that came out in 1967, I thought, wow, what a great riff and what a great song. And I love this Beatles song, especially the paperback, right? All that harmony all mixed in and intertwined with each other was just great. I wanted to write a song like that. And I'd spent a lot of time with the Guess Who in New York at Scepter Studios. And our engineer had to leave every night at 11 to get home. And then in the morning, he would take the 8:15 back into the city. So I wanted to write about it. Here's the song I wrote. And I called it White Collar Worker, because then engineers wore like white collars and stuff. Here's how the song went. They get up in the morning from the alarm clock's warning, take the 8:15 into the city. Do you recognize these lyrics? There's a whistle up above and people pushing, people shoving, and the girls who always look pretty. And if it was a terrible song, and it was kind of like Yummy Yummy. Remember, I got love in my tummy. And if the train's on time, you can get to work by 9 and start your slaving job to get your pay. If you ever get annoyed, look at me, I'm self-employed, and I love to work at nothing all day. Now here's the big hook, it went, white collar worker, and it was just like Paperback Writer. And Burton Cummings said, how I'm ashamed of you. How terrible can it be? We can't do this song, it's blatantly Paperback Writer. And so I thought, well, I guess he's right. Every time the Guess Who had a rehearsal and to pitch songs for, the next record, I'd bring out White Collar Worker, and it would get tossed away. And BTO had moved to Vancouver. We were playing a club called the Image One. And then we really worked. It was 6 days a week, 5 sets a night, probably 5 45s or 5 50-minute sets a night. And after 6 days of screaming, Fred Turner, who was basically the lead singer in Bachman Turner Overdrive, his voice was pretty ragged. And he came to me near the last set of this Saturday night and said, I can't sing anymore, you gotta sing the last set. And so I had to sing the last set, which meant a lot of instrumentals and a lot of goofing around. So out of my bag, now this is Saturday night in a rock and roll club, and guys want to rock, and here I am singing, she's got everything she needs, she's an artist, she don't look, and guys are going, we want to rock and roll, and so I turned around in desperation and said, so let's do Oyo Como Va, that Santana song. Now, none of us knew Spanish, so we were singing this kind of Winnipeg, Ukrainian style. We're going, Oyo Como Va, Benitmo, Bueno Bamaza, Breviada, Oyo Como Va, Pierogi, Bueno Bamaza. And I was getting to this. Trying to kill as much time as I can and looking at my watch ring, and please let it be 1 o'clock in the morning so we can stop playing. And we were running out of Oyo Como Va. On the way to the gig that night, I heard Daryl Burlingham, who was a friend of ours in Winnipeg, and he was called Daryl B on the radio here. And he said, this is Daryl B on CFox Radio, and we're taking care of business. And he played a song by, I think, Mamas and Papas. And I thought, wow, Taking Care of Business, that's a great title for a song. And I couldn't write it down. I was driving and memorized it, put it in this little shelf next to my heart that had White Collar Worker on it. And that night when I was on stage doing Oyo Como Va, figuring in my mind, what can I do next? How can we rock out? And when Oyo Como Va was over, I turned to the rest of the band, to BTO, and said, play these 3 chords over and over and over, and over and over and over. And when I get to the hook, help me. And I wasn't sure what the hook was going to be, how I was going to fit in that Taking Care of Business thing I heard Daryl B say on the radio into White Collar Worker, into this thing. But I was very lucky. I picked 3 good chords. I mean, I had a choice of, that was Louie Louie. And also that night I'd heard Daryl play Ramblin' Gamblin' Man, the Bob Seger thing. That was the cool 3 chords over and over. So I took 3 chords over and over, and the song ended up being Taking Care of Business. We stopped playing it about 4 minutes short of when we were supposed to end the night, and my brother Rob kept playing on drums, hitting the drums, and the crowd started to sing Taking Care of Business. And I thought, great, Rob. We played it again. and it finished the night.
Nothing all day, and we've been taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every way. We've been taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business, and I've been working overtime. Work out, work out. If you could make sounds loud or mellow, get a second-hand guitar, chances are you go far. If you get in with the right bunch of fellows, people see you having fun, just lying in the sun. Tell them that you like it this way. It's the work that we avoid, and we're all self-employed. We love to work at nothing all day, and we've been taking care of business every day. Every way we've been taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business. We've been working overtime, piano man. Here's your moment. This is a pop festival. You are 20,000 people, and we want to hear you make some noise. Yeah. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. All right. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every way. You've been so fine. Taking care of business. You've been working overtime. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. We've been taking care of business. Taking care of business. One more time. We've been taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you, folks. Thank you for coming. That's our show. A hand for the band, please.